Yeah. No. Yes. I just really wanted to come here. I'm just sitting here. I'm not like going anywhere. So I just really wanted to sit here and talk to a camera about God and faith and all this stuff, because I just watched this video by Trisha Paytas, or however it's pronounced, about God, love, faith, all that stuff that is often related to religion. And so I just came to think about this whole thing about God and his existence and how people put so much faith in this God. And I came to think because she, in the video, Trisha, said that she just felt this strong energy, just this God. And then I was like, well, maybe for the people that believe in him, he does exist. I mean, of course that is obvious because they believe he does. But maybe seriously, because someone believes in this soul, this kind of thing they call God, or this energy they call God, they are actually creating it. Like, why should it be something that has to be physical? Because there is a lot of stuff that we don't see. Particles, molecules, but they still exist. I'm not saying that God still is something physical or something that, is, exists. It doesn't have to be this kind of person. Now, I have all this in my head in, perfect order, but it's really hard to try to speak. But, for example, I look at But Stallion, and I see this lovable little thing that I talk to at night, and I sometimes talk to about my feelings and my ambitions, and then I thought, well, in a sense, I'm kind of praying, except I'm actually talking to something that is right there, and it doesn't answer me, kind of like God. So in a sense, he's kind of like my God. I know that sounds weird, but maybe that's my replacement. Maybe everyone has some kind of God. I mean, my kind of God would be, it's almost like I'm Jesus, and God is, for example, But Stallion. Because I'm trying to be this really kind person, and, Jesus was kind, and all of that, and it's I don't know, I can't explain it, it's just all clear in my head, why should we say, well, God doesn't exist, when we don't even really know what existence is? How could we define what exists? Because I make this personality, this character, this behavior of this unicorn called But Stallion. I have given him a name. I've given him, in a sense, a soul. Because we also need to know, how do we define a soul? Because our soul is part of our existence. It's the reason that we can, debate and reflect upon this thing called existence. So, who's to say that his soul isn't as real as my soul? And who is to say that the soul of science isn't the same as the kind of soul of God? Oh, it sounds stupid, you don't understand, because it's too complex in my head. And I also see how could something that doesn't exist or something that isn't physical make Jesus, which is the Son of God, right? But then I also think, well, who was the first human on Earth? What made the first human? It's like the hen and the egg. Something had to happen. But then again, Jesus. Yeah, maybe this thing that doesn't exist physically, put it into Virgin Mary. Maybe that thing that doesn't exist actually put this sperm cell, from the air or from this God into her. Because, they didn't know what sperm cells were. They didn't see it, so they just thought she was a virgin. But, of course, she probably was. I don't know. How can a virgin have a kid? But that's another story. That's just a theory. If I lose I know I'm just taking this example all the time. But if I lose Bud Stallion, I'll feel like I kind of lost part of me. Like I lost this little cuddly thing that kind of makes me happy just looking at, because he's something familiar to me. And for some people, God is familiar. God is this person they come back to, or this something. Let's call it something, because some people look at it as this physical person that is somewhere. Everybody has a different theory about this God, and I think it should be allowed to be as real as people want it to be. But also, until you can, I know this is back to proof, until you can prove that this is an actual person, if you believe that this is a person, until you prove that this is a person, I wouldn't believe that it's a person, but I can believe that there is something else. And there is maybe this energy, but who's to say that that energy isn't just something you create, and therefore that energy is you? Because what you create is part of you. So, of course, God is part of these people, but maybe you are God yourself. Because you're the only thing you can look out from. And everything you think, everything you do is part of your creation. You can only see things from your perspective. Jesus Christ, how do I even explain this mess in my head? No, but like, the point is, like, I strongly believe that I'm gonna do this and that in life, and I believe it so much that I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen, right? Okay, that didn't make sense because I was supposed to say something else after that, but that didn't make sense, so I can't continue the sentence. But like, just think about it. Don't just say, well, God doesn't exist because there's no evidence. But then again, like, what is God? What is existence? Does God have a soul? What is a soul? Like, I think Bud Stallion has a soul because I made a soul for him. I can make a soul into this pillow. I have this pillow here that I call Pillow Paul, and just by giving him a name, kind of, for me, creates kind of a soulish. Like, he's the thing I cuddle at night. And if somebody looks upon God as this big soul, this big good force, this energy that they get from, maybe it exists. And also there's the theory, or this thing I've thought about, like, maybe you're just believing in yourself when you believe in God, because you're just kind of trying to remove yourself from yourself so you can believe in yourself. Because if one really believes in oneself, one is often thought of as this egoistic kind of person. So maybe somebody sometime just thought, well, I can just separate myself from myself so much that, and it will just go from generation to generation, so people will think that this is something different, when really it's just you in a different form. You're just making this other person. Like, for example, I am not me, the me that I am now, with anyone else, because right now I'm the me that talks to a camera, alone in my room, so nobody will ever touch this me except me, because you guys can't touch me through the camera. No. No, no, no. 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 You don't understand. I don't understand. Nobody understands. We don't know anything. All we know is that we don't know anything, but then again, we can't say that we don't know anything. Like, we can't know that we don't know anything, but we don't know anything, so even saying that we don't know anything isn't for sure. So, how can we know that we don't know anything? God damn it. I think I should end this here. I hope you kind of get the point that, how can we say that Bud Stallion doesn't have a soul? How can we say that God doesn't exist when people have different definitions of existence, of souls, of God? Some people look at God as an energy, some people look at him as some person, some people look at God as the kind population. Like, for example, this kind person is a part of this God because this person is kind and forgiving and so on and so forth. Well, you get what I'm saying? Like, not everybody looks at God as this person that with all this power. People have different definitions, and I think people, if they find faith in that, and if they don't ruin and start wars over it, people should be allowed to have this God this force, this person, this energy, this whatever that makes them get up and live and do something in their life. But I wouldn't suggest using it as an excuse for doing things like sins, because you will always be forgiven. Because when you think a lot about that this guy will forgive me anyways, you forget to forgive yourself. If you do all these sins, you'll be like, oh well, this my God, he will forgive me because he's forgiving. But then you're also forgetting you have to forgive yourself for these sins. You have to think a bit more out of the box. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything. Yes, I do. But I don't know that I know anything. God damn it. God freaking damn it. Okay, I gotta go. This can't go on. I can't go on. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you for watching.